Very good morning everyone. In our previous video we have studied about array of objects, object as function argument and friend functions. In our today's session we are going to see how to return objects. We are going to see constant member functions and pointer to members. So these three topics we are going to see in our today's session. So let us start with our first program of today's session, that is returning of object. Example of returning object include two header files, iostream.h, and hence include conio.h, class test, integer x. This program we have already discussed in our previous session. So void get data, integer a, x equals to a. X is a local variable of test class and a is the variable which is declared inside the argument from void get data. Then void display, we are going to print value from the display function, addition is and x. Now in our previous program we have taken void sum integer t1. In this way we have declared test t1. Test is the name of class and t1 is the object of that class. But right now what is our concept? We are going to return the object. So instead of void we have to take test. Why? Because we are going to return object. In such cases, say suppose if you are going to return integer sum, at that time what we are going to return in such cases? Integer answer equals to a plus b and return answer. In this way we are going to return the value. So the data type of answer is integer. So over here the return type is of integer, but concentrate over here that over here we are going to return the object. The following function is going to return the object, that's why the return type would be of class, and here the name of class is test. So I have declared test data type as a return type. Now test t1 comma test t2. Now going to declare t3 inside the test sum function. t3 dot x equals to t1 dot x plus t2 dot x, and we are going to return the object t3. Don't worry about the code, I am going to explain it. First of all let us complete the code, then we'll explain. Need to write two functions, getCH and CLRSCR. Now create three objects of test class t1, t2 and t3. Now t1 dot get data, in that I am going to pass 20. t2 dot get data, going to pass 10. Now we are going to call the functions t3 equals to t2 dot sum, in that I am going to pass t1 comma t2. Now t3 dot display, the given code is only you are getting if you have referred the previous videos like UDF. We have already seen different kinds of UDF. This is exactly same as whatever the functions which we have declared using UDF. This is the same, but over here our concept is the following function returns the object instead of value. So I have declared the return type of sum as a test because it returns object, so I need to declare it as a test. Now let me save program number 30. It is already there, but make it overwritten. Now let me explain code. What is the concept? Returning object is our concept. Test class contains one private variable called x, that is the local variable for class test. Now inside test class I have declared three public methods, right? Three public methods. First public method is called getData, second is called display, and third is called sum. Now getData, inside getData this code we have already seen in our previous program. Void display will display the value of x and test sum. Now this is the main module of our topic. The name of function is sum. It will return object, so we need to declare it as a class. Now we have passed two objects inside the argument while calling. So when you call some function at that time, see this is exactly same as integer sum, integer a comma integer b, bracket integer c, c equals to a plus b, and return c. So this function is exactly same as whatever the code we have mentioned over here. Here I have mentioned test because we are going to return the object. If I am going to return integer, in such cases return type should be of integer. Now see, as a argument I have passed two objects. So when I call this function, at that time what happens? See, initially I have called t1.getData and I have passed 20 inside the getData. So what happens over here? T1 dot a equals to 20. Similarly, with the help of this line, t1 dot x equals to 20. When you call the following code, this one, at that time the value of t2 dot a equals to 10 and the value of t2 dot b, sorry, t2 dot x equals to 10. Through these two lines we are getting the value of t1 dot x and t2 dot x. Now what happens? Suppose if I want to call this function, integer function, at that time what is my requirement? Integer answer, and I am going to call it like answer equals to sum function. Into bracket I am going to pass the value of a and value of b. That means two integers I am going to pass with the help, but for calling the function I need to take integer variable. Similarly, this function is going to return the object, that's why I need to call it with the help of object. So instead of answer I am going to use t3 because this particular function returns the value as a object. So over here I have called function with the help of object t3. Now t1 and t2. T1 with t1 dot x is passed, and with t2 dot x is passed. So now it is time to call this function t1 dot x and t2 dot x. Now I have taken over here we have taken integer data type because we want to pass it as a integer, but over here I have used test of t3 because I want to return it by the object. Now t3.x, t3 is nothing but it is the name of object. t3.x equals to t1.x. What is the value of t1.x? It is 20. Similarly, t2.x is of 10. So 20 plus 10 equals to 30. So we are going to return the object t3. Over here it will return t3.x. So 30 would be written. After that we have called t3.display, so it will call display function. The addition is, and over here I have just mentioned x. Why? Because we have called display function with the help of which object? T3. So naturally the t3.x would be 30, so it will print 30 on the screen. With the help of whatever object you have called the function, right, it will display the value of that object's x variable. Let us run. Okay, here also I need to apply comment line. Now let us run. See, the addition is 30. This is not the concept. You will get the similar output like our previous programs, but the only concept is we are going to apply the concept of returning objects, and how objects can be written with the help of name of class. And similarly, if normal UDF is there, at that time you need to declare integer variable to call for the function. Over here I need to create object of that class. With the object of that class I am able to call the method, right? So with the help of that I can use like this, and t3.display will display the value of x with the object t3. Let us take one new file. Example of constant member function. We need to include two header files, iostream.h has include conio.h. We are going to take class test. Inside that integer x, then public void get data integer a. This thing we have already performed in our previous program. X equals to a. One more function we are going to take, that is void display, then cout \n, value of x is x. Now let us develop the structure of void main. Two functions we are going to write, clr and get ch. Let us create the object of test class called t1. Now we are going to call the method of test class get data, and we need to pass integer value inside the function, because over here we have declared get data with integer data type. Now t1 dot display let me save the program first. Program number 31. You need to write your program in sequence. Do not overwrite the programs. Right now I am going to overwrite. You need to give the program number in the sequence only. Whatever the program number would be there, that you need to give. Now let me run the program. Value of x is 10. there is no changes in the given code. This program we have already performed in our previous session. What we do, we have created class test, then we have created the object of test class t1, t1 dot get data with integer data type. So 10, a equals to 10. So over here t1 dot a equals to 10, and similarly t1 dot x equals to 10 with this line. After that t1 dot display, so I have called display function, and value of x is 10. Over here I have not mentioned t1 dot x because the display function is called with the object t1 only, so it will display the value of t1 dot x. Now what happens, what about this? Suppose I am going to make a changes in the display function, x equals to 20, then what would be the output of this program? The value of x is 20. Why? Because remember one thing, that when I call get data, at that time value, whatever the number I have passed, it is stored inside the x. But when I call display function, in such cases it automatically overrides the value of t1 dot x equals to 20 in such cases, right? So suppose if you want to make some function as a constant, at that time after writing the function name and the argument list, you just need to write keyword constant. So this function becomes constant. Now what is the use of constant function? Let me write comment line. Constant member function means it is a part of class, cannot change any data in the class. That means now suppose if I am going to override the value of x by 20, it will generate error, cannot modify a constant object. So remember one thing, when you can make any function as a constant function, when you want to develop such kind of function through which you don't want to change any values of variable, at that time you can make that function as a constant function, and constant function can be declared using this way: void display bracket over and then keyword constant. In this way you can make any function, or you can declare any function as a constant function. This line will generate error. If you remove this line, at that time it will generate error. So remember one thing, that when you make any function as a constant member function is nothing but it is a part of class, right? So when you make any constant member function of a class, it cannot change any value of any variable. You can print the value of variable, but you cannot perform this statement inside void display. Why? Because we have declared that function as a constant member function. So this is the second program of our today's session. In our first program we have learned regarding the concept of returning object. That is the first program of our today's session. This is the second program, constant member function. Let us take one new file. Example of pointer to member functions. See the concept. You need to understand the concept of pointer as well as concept of member function, because our concept is what? Example of pointer to the member function. So let us include iostream.h has include conio.h, class swap. I want to swap two values using third variable. So for that I need to declare three variables, x, y and z as integer. Then void set data. Set data, we people know that I cannot initialize the value of x and y at the declaration of that variable. So compulsory I need to take some function, and using that function I can initialize the value of x by 10 and value of y by 20. Now void swap data, I am going to create one new function swap data. And now see, swap is a class and s is a object of swap class. So this function contains object as a function argument concept, which we have covered in our previous video, right? So that thing we have already seen in our previous video. Now integer swap colon asterisk s1 equals to ampersand swap of x. Similarly, integer swap, I am going to explain the following code. s2 equals to swap colon y. Integer swap pointer s3 equals to ampersand swap colon z. Over here object name dot pointer to member, that means s dot pointer s3 equals to s dot pointer s1. Now s dot pointer s1 equals to s dot pointer s2. This is the logic to swap two values using third variable. s2 equals to s dot pointer s3. Cout value of x after swapping s dot x. Similarly, cout backslash n value of y after swapping s dot pointer s2. Now void main, we need to call these two methods with the object of swap class. So I have created swap s dot get data. In get data I have not passed any argument, and swap data into bracket s. Now let us save first, then I will explain. Program number 32, let us run. It generates error. Swap s dot, it is not get data, we have taken set data right now. Okay, so value of x after swapping is 20 and value of y after swapping is of 10. Now let us understand the concept over here. Because I want to perform swapping using third variable, so I need to have three variables. Void set data is a function in which I am going to use and I am going to store the value of x by 10 and value of y by 20. Now I have developed one function called swap data. In that I have passed the object of swap class. So when I call swap data function, at that time inside swap data I just need to pass the object of swap class. So over here see, I have passed s because it is the object of swap class. When I pass s, at that time from here see, using set data we have already s dot set data. When I call this function, at that time the value of s dot x becomes 10 and value of s dot y becomes 20, right? So sorry, s dot y becomes 20. So now what happens when I pass object s? At that time this both property s dot x and s dot y would pass with the object of s. So over here we can access s dot x as well as we can access s dot y. Now over here I have taken integer data type. See, suppose if you want to use any pointer variable, or if you want to declare any pointer variable, you can declare it using this way, right? Suppose if, let us take same example whatever we have taken over here. See over here, pointer s1 equals to ampersand x. Over here s1, s2 and s3 are the object of swap class. So this is the syntax, the name of class, then scope resolution operator, then pointer s1, and then ampersand sign, again the name of class, scope resolution operator, and normal variable. So in this way we can use the pointer to the member. We can apply any pointer to the member of class. This is the member of class. See, x, y and z are called member of class, and I am going to apply the pointer inside the x, y and z. Now if I want to swap the value of x and y using pointer to member, in such cases what happens? Object name, what is the name of object? S dot pointer s3. This is similar to c equals to a equals to b, and b equals to c, right? So this is the same as this logic. C is nothing but s dot pointer s3, s dot pointer s1 is the value just like a, or we can say x. What is the value of x? It is 10. So s3 contains 10, s1 contains 20 because value of s2 is 20, and s2 equals to s3. We have taken temporary variable s3, so 10 is going to be stored inside the s2. Now see, if you want to print the value of this value after the swapping, at that time two ways you can print. Either as you can use s dot x, or you can use s dot pointer s1. Both will print the same value. Similarly, suppose if I want to print the value of y, at that time I can print s dot y or s dot pointer s2. So these two are the options through which you can print the value of x and y after swapping. Either you can use s dot x or s dot pointer s1. This is the value to print value of x, and if you want to print the value of y, at that time you need to use either s dot pointer s2 or s dot y. So these both are the ways using which you can print the value after swapping. Now s dot swap data, into bracket we have passed the object. The object is passed over here, and s dot x contains 10 and s dot y contains 20. Just you need to mug up is the following statement. Swap is the name of class. Our concept is pointer to member. Over here x, y and z are the member of class swapping, so we need to apply pointer to such kind of variable. When you apply pointer, at that time you need to store the address of the given variable. But remember one thing, that when you want to access the variable of class, at that time you need to use like ampersand, swap and scope resolution operator. See, if you remove the following code, let me remove swap and pointer. If you want to mug up at that time, let me do this. I just need to remove this thing. See, it becomes normal pointer variable. declaration of normal pointer variable, but because x, y and z are the pointer related to the that are the member variable of the class, so we need to declare it using the name of class and scope resolution operator. So this thing you need to mug up. Done. So this is all about our today's session, but I want to give and take one more program which is based on the pointer to member function, which may be asked in the exam. Example of pointer to member function. This is the second program of this topic. Has include iostream .h, has include conio.h, void main. Let me write void main structure first, then I am going to create the class test1. In the class test1, I want to find the maximum value. So for that I am going to take two variables, integer x and y, public keyword, so that I can access this method outside the class, void set data. Over here I just want to take two values, so for that x equals to a and y equals to b. Now see, if you forgot where to use value of x and y and where can I use a and b. So remember one thing, those variables which is declared inside the class can be there in the equals to this side, and suppose if you want to use a and b, at that time it should be there on the right side of the equals to operator. So whatever the variable you have declared inside the class should be there in the left side of equals to operator, and the argument variable of the function variable should be there on the right hand side of function. Now void maximum function, I am going to declare max test1 m integer. What is the syntax? Test1 pointer tx equals to ampersand test1 pointer and scope resolution operator, and x integer test1 again pointer ty equals to ampersand test1 scope resolution operator and then y. Now we are going to put a condition to find the maximum number or value. M dot tx is greater than m dot pointer ty, then cout \n x of class test1 is maximum, otherwise cout y of class test1 is maximum. Now let us create the object of test1 class test1 t1. t1 dot set data. Remember one thing, set data function contains two values of two variables, so I need to pass two integers from the set data, t1 dot max. Now inside max function, what I have passed again t1. Let me save the program first, p33. Now see over here what happens when we create the object of test class, test1 class t1, t1 dot set data 120. So set data will call t1 dot x equals to 100 and t1 dot y equals to 20. Now we have passed the object, this object, right, t1 in the max function. So t1, either you can call it as a t1 or m. So now m dot x equals to 100 and m dot y equals to 20. Now what happens, we have taken pointer to member over here, so value of x is stored inside the pointer tx and it is 100. Similarly, pointer ty contains value by 20. Now m dot pointer tx, what is the value of m? M means t1 dot x, right? So m dot pointer tx contains 100. If 100 greater than 20, in such cases condition is true. At that time it will print x of class test1 is maximum. Suppose over here I have taken 20 and over here I have taken 100. At that time else part is executed and output will be y of class test1 is maximum. So in this way you can use the concept of pointer to member. So this is all about our today's session. Let me share the notepad file for the same. This is the first program of our today's session, which you need to write in the journal. But be careful, you need to write in the sequence only. Don't give program name as my program name because your sequence should be different. Let me scroll down. Second program, constant member function. Let me scroll down. Third program, which is related with pointer to member function. We have taken example of swapping. If you know the basic logic of swapping, then you can apply that logic over here. Let me scroll down. The value of x and y can be printed using two ways. Either you can use s dot x and s dot y, or you can use s dot pointer s1 and s dot pointer s2. And the last program is pointer to member function, second program of this topic. We have taken class test1. It is used to find maximum values out of two numbers. So up till this you need to write all the programs in your journal. Thank you everyone.